Hey, hey, hey.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, hey, hey.
Girl Chat Sports, Mo and Mel here,
We
checking
are
in with
here.
everybody. We are here. It's been a busy week, and
Yes.
it's that time of the year, end of October. We got like the quad effect of sports happening. We've got a lot of stuff to cover. We definitely got to talk about the end of the WNBA season and the new champions. Of course, the Bron and Bronny has finally come to fruition. We've seen them on court together. World Series, your Dodgers are starting up on Friday, and we're going to talk about just the intense parking lot that will be LA on Friday because of all they have going on. But a lot of stuff going on. Again,
Yeah.
it is the end of October. Early voting has started. I
Hope everybody
believe
voted.
we placed our votes today. We
Yeah.
placed.
Oh, you voted today
I
too?
dropped my
That's
ballot in the mailbox in their box. Well, I don't like to
okay.
put it in the mailbox. I like to take my ballot and stick it in the ballot box at a location.
That's smart. I actually went
Yeah.
in person and cast my vote.
Oh,
I
good.
pressed every dot, checked every box
Good.
that needed to be checked,
Yes.
crossed I's, dotted T's, got this lovely sticker for
Now,
participating.
I will say too, only because I've seen some things in some voting groups, is that make sure when it has your little printout or it does a little printing at the end that you double check whatever you voted for is written there. Because I've heard there's been a
Yeah, glitches in that. And I'm
couple
going to tell you, my
glitches.
printer wasn't printing everything out, but I saw everything after it printed the
Good,
second time. It does a reprint.
good.
So if it doesn't show the printout, it'll reprint again. Just know
You
that.
gotta
And
get
then it'll
yeah.
process and then say you cast your ballot, your vote. So
Good, good,
cool.
good, good, good. Yeah. So just make sure it is early voting. Get out there, whether you're here in Nevada and in Las Vegas or elsewhere. We want everybody to, utilize their vote. Get out there and do it. So,
Yeah.
like we were talking about this week, NFL games, World Series games, NBA games, opening week for the NBA. NHL games. It was the Frozen Frenzy yesterday. We're going to talk about
Yes.
that as well. We just wrapped the WNBA season up. So there is nothing that I mean, I don't care if you only have cable. I don't care if you only have satellite. I don't care if you only have a streaming network. You're going to find something to watch sport wise, no matter what. That's all it is, no matter what.
No, the sports is there.
The sports is there. But we do need to talk about the WNBA season is coming. It was
Yeah.
hard to watch, with our girls not there. We've been so used to having aces in the finals and winning the last 2 years. Our season was short. But there is a winner, the New York Liberty. Shout out to just Ellie Elephant. Listen, I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for Ellie too.
Ellie came. Ellie's doing it. Ellie is just
Ellie's the celebrity. Ellie's the real star. Ellie is the MVP of this whole entire league, not only, and she is team MVP, and she just reps the city of New York so well for
I
any
mean,
kind of
she
sports fan.
really you can't
Because even if you didn't
deny
like WNBA,
Ellie.
you're gonna love Ellie. People, they're more Ellie fans they are of the team.
Oh,
I feel.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're very right on that.
Ellie is the one you want to see. Like I hope to go to a Liberty game. I want to go to New York and to a Liberty game just to see Ellie.
Just to see Ellie and lay eyes
Yeah,
on her.
I just want
She's
to see
been
Ellie.
making appearances left and right. She's been doing it crazy. She had the full puffy blue outfit on for the game 5, which was ridiculous. Um, it's
It's Ellie the
what
elephant. I
can I
love
say?
Ellie. Like, come on.
I know. Hey, what's up, Arlington? Tapping
Hey,
on
Arlie.
in. Shout out Feel Sports. Yes,
It is.
October's a great time. November's I mean it and we're almost halfway through football season. Like, how is that possible? How?
Yeah, it's been
How
coming up fast because
how
there's
is
so
that
many
possible?
games in a week. We're seeing 3 games of football, 4 games if you count Sunday,
We're seeing
Monday,
it's
Thursday. Well, 3 games.
uh-huh.
Yeah, 3 days a week. So it comes up fast.
Yeah. Um I will give this. I liked seeing this too. Is that Stewie didn't have her family and her kids before when she won for Seattle. So she said this was the first championship with her kids and her family. It was incredible for her to see this and for them to know and to grow up knowing that they can be just like this one day. Which I thought that was.
You know
great.
what? Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Let's just cut all the BS. Okay, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. What really happened in this series, especially with her and that late whistle blow of her being
The
allegedly
missed
fouled,
travel,
and she traveled in within that foul, and they did not overturn the challenge, which was effed up with 5 seconds left. 5 seconds left in regulation. 5 seconds. And you mean to tell me this girl got fouled, and then they didn't call her on the travel for the turnover? So you overturn the challenge that Minnesota, you know, challenged on, and then they didn't give her on the traveling for them to get the ball. So now the game is forced into overtime. Thank you, referees, for once again manipulating
The
outcomes of
referees.
games.
Yes. Now I will say this is the cup half full is that if the Lynx were going to beat this team, they didn't need to be down, or they shouldn't have just been tied as it came to the fourth quarter. Like there was
if you're up
they
by
should have
12
been
points already in the first half, you need to keep that kind of momentum going.
Exactly.
And let me tell you something, not for nothing. Sabrina Ionescu and both Brianna Stewart did not have great games. Their games were awful in this series. Jonquel didn't have a great game. They double teamed her defensively. I mean, it wasn't for their bench player. This would not have been a thing. She saved the day. Sabrina's long distance range threes did not land. We saw shots she was trying to make that were clutch that did not fall. This was not her best game for them to be in this.
I don't think it was her best series either. I mean,
no,
she really,
Listen, I just got to keep it real. Yeah, congrats to them. They made it a great series. Shout out to the Lynx. This would have been number 6 for them. I have a sneaky suspicion you guys will be back. You played up. And I think when the overtime hit, you ran out of a little gas. And that happens because you did play a full game. They all played full games. And they don't really have the bench depth that New York does have. But I'm telling you, if it wasn't for an old girl coming off that bench in New York, they wouldn't have had a chance. She brought life back into that game. And unfortunate calls. The refs were involved. I just don't like, and even LeBron tweeted. I mean, everybody saw this. That the refs.
It was like a double Euro step. She definitely took 3 to 4 steps in the travel.
For him to even call that out, it's just crazy to me.
The king.
That's the wildest stuff ever for him to even tweet about this.
So it was rough. It hurt to watch. And then, of course, you have, which I never even noticed, Commissioner's dress until, of course, Sydney Colson posts a picture of the same dress because she said she was out shopping for an outfit, came across the same dress that Kathy was wearing. It literally was a dress all of the New York City skyline. So people are wondering, like, was Kathy wearing this all day? Did she change for the ceremony, presenting the champion? Like, how far into this quote unquote, is this the script? Was this the WNBA
I don't know, because
script?
I believe they panned her during the game, and I don't recall her having that outfit on, but maybe she did. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
And that's why I wasn't paying attention. But now it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. What really happened?
She probably did. We're talking about WNBA here. This is not NBA. This is not NFL. This is not where they have professional stylists and wardrobers and a makeup team and a whole glam squad to come in and do great things and miracles, They all, they're just not running on that type of numbers and math, but it can happen. And it's happened before. I think people ever worn the same outfits. And
like, well, yeah, I think Kathy and Coach Hammond had the same blazer on that one time.
Yeah, so this happens. It's like we shopping in the same place. We're stepping in the, it happens.
Arlington says
she get it with the 5 games. Yeah.
Yeah. That Brianna needs to use the double Euro step when she gets on the mic. Hey, it's a double Euro step. And of course, our girl Natalie went screaming crazy because Natalie's got multiple teams in every league. So, now she
has no allegiance. Let's just call it what it is. She loves the game. She has no allegiance. She's a fangirl. And
she loves her home and her home.
She loves her home. I mean, this is what we do. Now she's a Yankees fan. I didn't even know she was. Well, I did know she was Yankees.
Well, she's been a Yankees fan. She doesn't have 2 baseball teams, but everything else is pretty.
I literally want to come over to her house on Friday and watch the World Series with her and freaking just troll. But I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be there
Yeah.
for game one with her.
I just
We're in
want to put a
LA.
live camera up and we're just going to do a live feed from there.
Right. Right. I don't know if I
But
can be single.
tomorrow is the Liberties parade. Look how long the parade is. You see how that's, New York blocks are similar to Vegas blocks. They're long. They're not fast. They're basically going what is it? The park all the way. I can't remember what but it's a decent amount. And they've got a whole day of things going on. The victory parade, the post-game city hall ceremony, the championship celebration of Barclays Center. Of course, Ellie and the New York Liberty presented a letter that you could write your name on to miss school, work, what have you. Uh, but yeah, all eyes on New York tomorrow for their parade. They got
Yeah,
it.
I want to see their parade. I want to see if it's
Yeah.
turn out
Yeah, I
like
think it's gonna be.
I
I
think it
don't
is
know.
too. But it's New York. So New York is congested. And yes, they have blocks like we do, but their blocks are a lot shorter. You can get to one block and be on a new street.
I mean, we
4 miles
barely had
down
two
and four
blocks. I
miles.
mean, we
Yeah.
we went like a half. We went like a half a mile. This looks like a good couple miles, maybe. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
a couple miles, yeah, but the blocks are shorter because there's so many buildings. Like your blocks are much shorter in New York. You can walk New York and be okay. You can't walk the
Right.
Las Vegas Strip. It's a totally different animal. I'm not doing that. It's too long. But
Yeah.
here it's a little shorter. It's more condensed. So yes, the optics of it is probably going to look very condensed and full because of the way New York is set up.
I'm sure we'll
And
see.
yeah, it's gonna be
Natalie
crazy.
said you're welcome to come over.
Yeah, I don't know, Nat. I gotta see how my mindset will be. I probably will though. I'll let you know.
That could be a lot.
I don't want it to get ugly over there. I don't
At
want
least it's in
to
LA
fight.
first, so you know.
Yeah, but I don't want us to lose in LA. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the Bron and Bronny game.
The debut
Uh,
of it all last
the
night.
debut. The debut, Bronny and Bron got to play in the season opener for the LA Lakers. Lakers won. First of all, Anthony Davis had 36 points and
Shout
16
out to the
rebounds.
real Laker, Anthony Davis, who is
I
definitely a
mean,
true Laker. The double double he did, the outstanding performance. He had the same amazing performance like this in preseason that we knew. He is no longer the man known as street clothes. He is actually
okay.
now a Laker,
Formerly
and
known as
formerly
Street
known as Street
Clothes.
Clothes.
Okay.
He has actually stepped up. And again, if it wasn't for AD, they would not have won this game. This man was the definite pulse of the whole
Yeah.
rotation. And not for nothing, shout out to JJ Redick. I like the system that he had in place. There were a few little missteps, but all in all, the game was a faster pace. The players were all in sync with each other. I thought there was a lot of good communication on the floor, a lot of good pass plays. I mean, shout out to deloading.
Shout out to Nate
Blondie.
McMillan, the assistant
Shout out
coach. Let's give
McMillan.
Nate
Yeah, yeah,
some cred
yeah.
too. I mean,
I mean, they did their thing, and shout out to the new guy, David Connect, because he is connecting. He
yeah.
connects, and he is that guy, and it's good to see that piece in there. It's awesome to see a few of the new Tito's stepping up and being very aggressive when it came to
Mo
defense.
likes her Tito's. We know that.
I do like my Tito's, and this Tito's came with the extra soda and a little lime. Like they really
And a little
brought it. So
lime. It was dope also to see the original father son professional sport duo of Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. They showed out. Ken mentioned how he had been at the first game that LeBron was at, 20 years ago, and that he's there and he's still playing now, and getting to see him on court was crazy. So you got a dope little picture. I appreciate this. Again, it was just, hey, it's something that has never been done in our eyes. It's great to see. Question is, how long is Bronny staying on the Lakers active roster all season?
no, he's not. And there's a difference between that picture that you saw with Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is a legend in baseball in his own right. God given
Absolutely.
talent, especially a cue from his dad. I don't see that same talent in Bronny. Bronny played for 3 minutes. He had one jump shot, didn't make it. He was able to get his hand on the ball in the low post, but those Minnesota Timberwolves were sunning him. He did look very small compared to all the bigs under that. And
Yeah.
not for nothing. I mean, once he got the ball, he did a very quick pass to his dad. He was not ready for that action. That Mike Connolly, of all people, who's in his double digits of career basketball, is literally shaking him. So it's just very interesting to see how Bronny's skills will develop in
Right.
time. Ken Griffey Jr. is a different anomaly. This man came out swinging. I mean, you
Right.
can't you can't
Well,
compare the
he's
two.
basically how LeBron was coming out of high school,
Yeah, like
phenom,
I mean,
all the accolades.
this was not a nepo situation with Ken Griffey Jr. I feel like
Hmm.
this was actual talent given to him. This
Right.
definitely was a nepo situation, and I'm not ashamed to admit that, and nor should anybody be, because nepotism is basically what this country is built on certain factors. So I'm not
Absolutely.
mad at it. I'm just telling you the level of talent. You got two legends next to two people making history for the NBA, and
Right.
it ain't equally yoking.
It's
It
not.
ain't yoking.
No.
The math ain't mathing. You
The
know what
math
King
ain't
Griffey
math.
Jr. is. You don't have to speak about his dad. You can speak about King Griffey Jr. in his own right. You have
Yeah.
to speak about Bron in order to associate Bronny. That's the
Yeah.
difference.
And so we'll see. I mean, here's the deal. We came, we saw, we conquered. We wanted to, everybody wanted to see them two on the same court. It's now happened. So you can do with the rest
Yeah,
of
you
the
got the three
season
minute
as you
photo
will.
op of pictures and everything else. If I was there, I would have had my phone out too. Like, let's take a picture and video
Yeah,
of this. We got to
they
see it.
got it. They got
Yeah.
it. Shout out, mom. She's like, hi,
Hi,
guys.
Doreen.
She actually remembered today. Some days she forgets.
We love
So
you. You know, my dad keeps forgetting. He's like, "Did you have a show today?" I'm like, "Dad, yes." He's like, "Well, I can't
it's,
find
because
it."
our schedule be off and on,
Yeah, but when I
so it's
tell him, it's
okay.
like, even tonight at dinner, he was like, "Don't you have a show tonight?" I'm like, "Yes, we gotta go."
That's why I gotta go, Dad.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, "You gotta go on YouTube. If you can't find us on
Shout out,
Facebook, please."
Mr. Threes.
Shout
Yeah,
out
get on that
Doreen. She's so
YouTube.
sweet. I know your Mariners are not in this, Doreen, but I really would love for you to watch the series. And you already have blue in your wardrobe. You might as well just put on that blue and represent the West, okay? We would really appreciate it. And I'm not
I
talking
mean,
about
I'm
that
pretty
dark
sure
gray
I
and
think
navy
she'd root
blue.
for Otani. You know what
I'm
I
talking,
mean?
yes, the Japanese. Let's go for Showtime. Do it for the culture. I really appreciate that. Yes,
We'll
yes.
talk more about the NBA again a little bit later too. But also, big news is the WNBA now has fired or parted ways with their fifth coach. The most recent being the Minnesota Lynx, Mike Thibodeau, and his son, who's the head coach, Eric Thibodeau. Mike is the GM, but of course was the former coach for a while for them as well. Prior to that, you
Another
had,
nepotism example. Carry
yeah.
on. Mhm.
Wings parted away with head coach Latricia Trammell. So right now, the top four draft lottery teams, the top four that are basically going to get them one of the top four spots, which is, we've got Juju, Paige. These are all the ones that are going to be in the top four next year. Mystics, Wings, Sky, Sparks, and then the Dream. All five of those have no coach. Four of those five are the top draft
So where are they
lottery
going to
picks.
get coaches from?
So is this gonna be like a coaching carousel that we've seen before in other professional sports, or are we gonna get some new coaches?
It's got to be a carousel. I'm wondering who's leaving the college. Is Don Staley leaving South Carolina to come?
Of course, they paying her. She's not leaving for
Well,
nothing.
that's what I'm saying. My point being,
Right.
who are we? Where are we getting these coaches from? Where are
I
they going
don't
to be
know.
coming from?
Are they coming from like G League? Are they assistant coaches like Natalie left the Aces, went to go to the Valkyries? Are they going to be assistant coaches getting the move up? Are we going to see Teaspoon back coaching somewhere?
I mean, it could be a rotating thing. I don't know.
It's just
I don't know.
crazy. It's just been
I'm more
five.
concerned about where these players are going to have these free agencies, and more so than what the coach is going to do. We always going to find a coach, but
We
where
did
these
have a
players?
comment about Bronny. At 10 years from now, watch how we speak on James Jr. Well, we'll in
Well,
10 years we'll discuss
in
that.
10 years, I feel like Bryson is the one. I think Bryson is that dude. I think
I
Bryson is
believe.
going to be the one that has the skills and ability and will be his dad. That's just
Yeah.
my opinion. He's the quiet, silent ninja over there sitting on the bench. He's the one that actually is going to be the
And we'll
phenom.
see how the skills develop. Like, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, a couple years, but there's guys that are in the G League
You
that
either
he's gonna
have
have
it or
to
you
play
don't.
with that
You
are
either
gonna be
have it or you
scrapping
don't.
in there too. Like you just
You either have it or you don't. And I feel like
sometimes
Bryson
you
has
gotta
it
know
more than
what you
Bronny.
got. You gotta know what you got.
I mean, you saw what he did in college. I mean, you saw what he did. Yeah, he was McDonald's All American. Yeah, that's great. But who can't be a
But what
McDonald's
if
All
he wasn't? What if his name wasn't Bronny or Bron James Jr.? Like, would he have that gotten the same attention just
And people argue
off
saying,
his
well, Golden
athletic?
State wanted him. Okay, Golden State would have taken him, I'm sure. But what other teams would have taken him that didn't speak up? No one said anything. I don't think they wanted him,
Yeah, I don't know.
even if that was the
Mom,
agreement.
mom did say that yes, the Dodgers more than the Yankees.
Thank
We are an
you.
AL family, so we definitely don't roll with the competition like that. So
I love
yeah.
it. I love it. I love it.
All right. We got a couple jugadores. Listen, this man was giving me a couple good weeks of points on fantasy football, but the Lions wide receiver Jamison Williams, he's now facing 2-game suspension for peds, which of course isn't necessarily all that. Everybody, it's happened once in a while here or there. But this is also the same person who 2 years ago, I'm sorry, last year, got a 4-game suspension for violating the NFL's gambling policy. So he was betting on his mobile phone while on a club facility on non-NFL games. So he's
I
walking
got
a thin
Amon-Ra
line.
St. Brown, so hopefully he'll get more looks and get my points up even more now at this point. So
I mean,
it's fine for me. Works for me.
let's not.
Give the ball
We
to
also
Amon-Ra.
listen. Jay Cutler likes to drink, I guess. So he was arrested and charged of DUI back on Tennessee last Thursday. Alcohol, bloodshot eyes, had 2 firearms in the vehicle, including a loaded handgun. So
My thing is, who has heard from Jay Cutler? Like, I didn't even know he was still around. This guy. It's like, where's he been? Like, oh, okay.
he's been in Tennessee
He's
on
been
some jack.
drinking
So
and driving and got ammo. That's what he's been doing.
he's been doing a lot of drinks.
Looking like Hugh Jackman in that jacket, looking like Wolverine. Wouldn't have known that was Jay Cutler.
What's up,
Hi,
Heather?
Where's he been? Like, so? Like, what's this got to do with my season of NFL?
Who knows?
He was terrible with the Bears. The Bears could care less. Like, so? Moving right along.
You guys, real sad day earlier this week. I actually was really upset about this one.
Oh,
Finn,
man. Yeah.
Finn the Bat Dog passed away.
I saw that. I was devastated.
This year they had the Finn the Bat Dog Day where they had Finn the Bat Dog jerseys. And they basically transitioned. There was a new dog. I forgot the new dog's name, but she, I think, was kind of taking over, and he was retiring. This was his retirement. Well, he ended up passing away this week, and it was just we love you, Finn.
I was shocked. I was so sad, and I was like, he just retired.
I know. Live your life in the little heaven rainbow over there. So just I know.
Broke my heart.
I know. We also got Asia Wilson. So, of course, Dawn Staley calls and lets her know that they're going to be retiring her 22 Gamecock jersey on 2/2 of 2025. So, February 2nd, the Gamecocks home game, they will be retiring Asia Wilson's jersey. These tickets, I think, originally were like $20-some. They're reselling for like $200 now.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it's a big time.
That's big. That's big.
Yes, absolutely. Big time for her. Again, once again, the ACEs clinic is on November 11th. If you have kids 6 to 13, it's a co-ed clinic, 9 to 3 p.m. Cost is $120. You'll be out there at the practice facility.
I like
also, for all the little Lululemon fans out there, Lululemon has partnered with Fanatics as well as the NHL, and they started with 12 teams or 11 or 12 teams for this season, all 32 next season, but they have partnered up to have NHL gear. So there's going to be men's and women's line for Lululemon on Fanatics for your favorite
the housewives of downtown Summerlin are gonna love this.
So and they also had players and their spouses or significant others model this. So of course we've got Mark Stone, his wife Haley, that modeled the women's line. So I wonder
they are going to love this. They are going to be out there. They already wear Lulu as a regular.
Listen, my thing is how much is this going to cost? Because you got to think about how much NHL items cost, plus how much Lululemon costs. Is there going to be like a Costco version, I wonder? Like, is there going to be a Costco one we can get? Mo tapped out. She must be getting a call. This happens on occasion, so bear with us. Until Mo gets back, we also need to talk about the lights. Our Las Vegas lights have clinched their very first playoff ever. Mo, next Friday, mark in your calendar.
We're going. Friday.
That's what
We're
I'm saying.
going.
Mark it in your calendar. Next
Yeah, we're
Friday,
going.
anybody out there that wants to join us, we're
I'm gonna
trying
get
to
the
be.
tickets on the. Why don't we just buy the tickets this weekend for the little seat thing?
Well, yeah, the tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Okay.
Kickoff 7:30, Cashman Field. So here's the
Yeah.
deal. They have a game this Saturday away. If we win this game, then we will get second place, which means we'll have two home games for this is the first round as well as the second round. So we want to hopefully win again this Sunday, or at least get it, or this Saturday, or get a draw. We'll get to have two home games. If we lose, we'll just have the first round home game. So everybody, get out the gear. Get out
Yeah.
the gear. Let's go. I have to. I brought these in from my garage when I had my little issue out there. But look, I found these again. Remember COVID? Do y'all?
Yes.
Do y'all remember COVID? Because
Yes, your little seat thing. Are you gonna bring that to the game, Mel?
I wonder.
Are you
If
gonna
they
bring them
let
to the
me in
game?
there. I don't know, but they're also really dirty too because
I love it.
sitting in the
That's
garage.
funny.
But
The COVID seats where you can buy your
memories of
little.
COVID. I got one for the
Yes.
Huskies too and the Mariners. So yeah, pretty hilarious. But yeah, make sure tap in. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. If you were a season ticket holder, they went on sale today. So just make sure you get out there.
I love it.
I know. And the UNLV Rebels on Friday are home hosting number 17 Boise State and the possible
Yeah.
Heisman
Post six
Trophy
and
winner
one. Post
candidate.
6-1.
Listen, I just want to go and see Ashton Genty. Was it Genty, Genty, the Heisman
Something like
candidate?
that.
This kid's already
Yeah.
had 17 touchdowns this season. 17.
This is gonna be
After
a juggernaut of games. It's gonna be really good.
it's gonna be good for UNLV if they can beat Boise
Yeah.
State, and I'm all for it. I'm all
I
for
think
it.
they
I
can. I think they got it in them.
seriously, I know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And also big night for the Knights too. We'll talk about in a second about the 32 games that were on last night, but
Yeah.
Vegas had a 6-1 win and Hurdle had
It
two
felt like
goals and it was just they blew out the King. So haha.
it was a blowout game. It was a late game. It started at 8 o'clock at night, so to have a go to a
Yeah.
game in the evening and
Literally people
late.
were
I
probably
mean,
out of
they
there
were
at
out there
midnight
though.
last
Fans were
night.
out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were.
yeah.
NFL, I didn't even have this on the topics because it happened early this morning.
I
DeAndre
know. I did not
Hopkins
see this coming on my bingo card
did
whatsoever.
not see this coming, but guess who picked him up in one of my leagues? So I was like, boop, I will take you now. Thank you. I need some little extra power. Hopefully, he's some extra power. He's a nice big target for Patty Mahomes, even though Patty's season's a little questionable at the moment. But come on, really? Titans not only gave him away in a trade, but also gave up one of their linebackers to the Seahawks. The Titans are tanking, Mo. You got some competition in the tank.
I know. Between them and the Panthers, I don't know what we're gonna do. Raiders got to figure it out. We can't win. We need them to win games. And this is just another power play that they did. No pun intended to hockey. This is
I mean,
another power play
seriously.
that they did just to tank even further. Like really, and to me, y'all should have gone for the first round. You talking about Kansas City wasn't gonna give up first rounders? I would have given up first round. I'd be like, listen, y'all taking one of our best wide receivers that we got. Still a little gas in the tank with this one, but I mean, give me first round with that. But whatever. It is what it is.
It's gonna be interesting. We'll see if he play. I guess he was injured partially last week, so if he plays this week or not, we'll see. But if nothing, he gonna be sitting on my bench warming it up. Hopefully,
I
Lamar.
don't want to see nothing from the Chiefs until they play Baltimore. That's it. That's all I want to see in
Okay,
the AFC.
I got you. Other big game, Saquon goes off in front of the Giants like a big FU,
He sure
176
did.
yards, one touchdown. He looked great.
And how
Lions
many
gave
more
the
yards is he till his goal, his career
oh,
high
I
or
don't
something like
know.
13 more yards? His assistant coach was sitting on the bench saying, you're about
Oh
13
yeah,
yards
13
or
more.
so
He
away.
needed 13 for his career high, and he was like,
13 for this
"Nah,
career
it's
high. And he's like,
cool."
nah, let these young kids eat.
Yeah,
Showing leadership. Like he ain't even shook about it. He just happy he ain't a Giant no more.
thank you.
And I ain't mad at him because he know he gonna get them 13 yards. That's light. I let these kids eat tonight.
That's
I'm
light
good.
work. That was like 2 plays tops,
Right, right.
Lions gave Vikings their first loss, so that was nice. We only have one undefeated team now, and you know who that is. That's those Chiefs still
Yeah.
riding out there.
But I still want to
Pat,
talk about the game trifecta of it all
the
that
what?
made my Sunday night the best night ever.
Which
And
was
that is
that?
the Jets against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The highlight of Devontae Adams joining Aaron Rodgers. Reunited, and it feels so damn good.
So good
And
with
it did
their
so good.
Devontae's second loss to the Steelers in a week.
Sitting 2-5.
And look at these numbers. We all were cringe
I
at
said that to you.
Zach Wilson.
This is crazy. Bring Zach Wilson back then.
Oh my God.
Let him throw to Devontae.
I cannot. No way.
Yes.
I cannot.
2-5.
Shout out, Miss
Hi,
Bollandy.
Miss Bollandy. Shout out to Miss Bollandy. No plays.
Hey, her
man.
Steelers just went over the Raiders and now the Jets.
The Steelers made my day with this on Sunday night. I needed the point to be proven, and it made a lot of people shut the F up because Russell Wilson.
Hey,
Russell Wilson.
I got a little video from one of my favorites, Benchwarmer Brand. It's all about the QBs. Take a hit. Take a look.
Football country. I'm back. You've got to be kidding me. Rogers, you really let this guy beat you? Hey, man, I don't play defense. Don't look at me. Yeah, right. Like, you don't have control over every part of that team. They're like your little green puppets. Ironic that Kermit the Frog is lecturing me about green puppets. Besides, you're just mad that Russ has a daddy hat now. Correct! After Darnold lost, I was going to be the only undefeated starter left. No offense, Millie. None taken. I am keeping this thing all year. I don't know why you're so protective over the most hollow record of all time. Oh, here we go. You're damn right, here we go. You've been playing like ass. I'm still the best quarterback in the league. Based on what? You still have more picks than touchdowns, and we're 7 weeks into the season. You're just Gardner Minshew with the benefit of the doubt. Big talk coming from a guy that can't beat me. I can beat you easily. The guy I can't beat is Steve Spagnuolo. You know, the guy on your team who's actually pulling his weight. Yeah, you gotta have brain damage if you honestly think you're the reason the Chiefs are 6-0. Someone say brain damage? Oh great, the walking TBI is back. You gonna wear the Guardian cap? No, why not? Personal choice. Personal choice to need help chewing by the time you're 40, or... Pretty much. I can't believe this cornball took my job. It's okay, Justin. I know you'll land on your feet. You don't even do anything special. Anyone can throw a contested deep ball to a completely covered wide receiver. Maybe you should have done it then, instead of playing like a Excuse me? You're afraid of making mistakes because you haven't lived up to expectations since coming into the league, and you're afraid that any wrong move could mark the end for you. When in reality, it's that lack of aggression and confidence that will ultimately be your undoing. If you weren't such a little maybe you'd still be the starter. Jeez, Russ, I don't know if you had to go that far. Broncos fans threatened to burn my house down for 2 years, and now I'm good again. Sometimes tough love is necessary. Fair enough. Man, this was an eventful week. Anything else happen? Oh yeah, Massage Boy popped his Achilles like a balloon. Huh, I guess karma is real. Shouldn't we feel bad when someone gets hurt, though? You mean like the 24 women he hurt and scarred for life? Yeah, you're right, screw him. Loser. You suck. I hope it hurts.
And I wonder if that is what Justin Fields' mind is running through and living
right? Like, come on. But listen,
all
Russell...
the doubters out there, myself included in that, like, hey, they gonna play Russell Wilson. What's
right? Same. Like, why would you go here now?
Russell Wilson told everybody to shut the F up.
Well, he said that in the second half. The first half, we were still wondering.
It was clunky. Yeah. It was kind of like, okay, this is the Russ we know, but we knew Russell Wilson still had gas in the tank because, again, when he was with Denver, they went on a great winning run. They did get into a motion, and they were winning games, and it wasn't like he was not out. You know what I mean? It just didn't work out. And Mike Tomlin knows what he's doing. He says, that's why they pay me. That's why they pay. That's why I'm compensated.
And
that is why I'm compensated.
So, yeah. So good for Russ.
He said that's why I'm compensated. He knew what he was doing, and he played it, and they did that. Did they ever do that?
They
Final score of that game was much of their score being an over. Yeah.
It was wild.
It was a massacre.
It was.
And I meant to send you a picture of Devontae Adams' face on the bench, and I didn't send it to you. And I thought I
think we all pretty much know what that face looked like.
Yeah, it's the same face he had when he was sitting on the Raiders bench at 2-5. 2-4.
Listen, what can you do? Here's the other issue right now: injuries. I mean, I know we literally say this every year that wow, this is more injuries than we've seen at all at this time. Every year is more and more. Not only did big money man who held out for so long just get injured and out for the season, Brand Ayuk. He suffered ACL Sunday versus the Chiefs. You also, of course, have Deshaun Watson we heard about that had the Achilles rupture. He's out for the season. Mike Evans.
His ACL and MCL. Like, he had the double whammy. Like, how do you do both?
Bam. But then, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf week to week, Jaden Daniels week to week with the rib injury. I don't know, Aiden O'Connell is now out.
On a collapse.
The 49ers.
Yeah, they're not
Between
their
them and
shell
the
of
Chiefs
themselves.
win, that definitely was helpful. But you guys miss out on O'Connell. Does that mean Minshew is back starting? Or are you going to be playing the new guy? Was it Rattler or Riddler?
Yeah, Retner or something. We drafted this kid and got him off of waivers. I don't know what's going to happen. Antonio Pierce did go live on Instagram with the Raiders today, and I caught the tail end of it, but missed the whole meat and potatoes of who's he starting. And of course, I don't even have to watch because he will never give an answer. We won't know who starts until the day of or the night before. So
you'll never know.
It's going to be interesting of who we're
They'll
going to
never
have.
know. They'll never know.
No. And it's
yeah.
not a
So
home
injuries.
game
I mean,
for the
people. And then
elderly.
if you're in 12-team fantasy leagues like I am or we are, the pickings are real
They're slim.
Because you got 2 IR spots booked and ready, and then you've got it's just, I can't.
It's
my
bad.
Both my teams I think are bottom of my leagues right now. It's been too much for me.
I was number 2 and I dropped down to 4 after losing today this past week, and it's just me not making the right moves. I could have had a chance to win, and I
don't make the right moves almost every week.
But it's rough out there. It is very rough. I just kind of just have to sit back and just watch.
So Friday is the culmination of the best in baseball.
43 years. 43 years.
You've got this only happens once in a blue moon where both number 1 seeds of the AL and NL meet up in the showdown. We're going to see the Yankees at the Dodgers. This is the 12th meeting between you guys. 12 times. The current record, though, is held by the Yankees. They have like an 8-3 advantage over, or 8-3 win loss with you guys. But you guys had been the last winner, which was 1981. So.
Yes, and speaking of 1981, rest in peace to Fernando Valenzuela, because that happened yesterday. Yeah, he was the one to win the World Series for us in 81 with the Dodgers against the Yankees. So if we don't have an Angel pitching for us, we have the Angels in the outfield for us and above us.
I mean, that's pretty much you guys winning right there. You got the Angel in the outfield.
That's probably taking the series at this point. Fernando's going to make it happen for us. He's going to bless each and every single pitcher for this series to make it happen for us, because we got to do it now for Big V.
So I got a little video to go up with this, because if anyone is in LA, plans to go to the Dodgers game or any one of these other games, just understand what the traffic in LA is about to look like come Friday day.
This right here is finna be Friday traffic in LA all night. Leave now if you're going. Now let me break this down for you. We got the World Series Game 1. That alone is going to be crazy, but it gets deeper. Less than 2 hours after that game starts, the Lakers play their second home game of the season versus the Suns. This is down the street. And that's just 2 events so far. And then down the street again, you got the East LA Classic, which is bringing in 2 of the best high school football teams to play at the SoFi Stadium. Crazy. But we're not done. Then down the street again, you got the Intuit Dome. And guess who's playing there? Old boy from Pink Floyd. Yeah, big time. You know, Pink Floyd got a lot of fans. But we're still not done. We got another event down the street. You got USC football team playing at the Coliseum, which is, again, down the street. And you better believe it's going to be packed. But we got another event. And then down that street again at the Kia Forum, we got another dude playing. No disrespect to this dude, Jeff Lynn. I don't know who he is. But if you're big enough to get the Kia Forum, you're somebody.
Somebody's not going to make these. Somebody's gonna miss out.
If you're not there by 10 a.m., you're not going. Like, that's it.
Somebody is not gonna make it. So a few people are not gonna make one of their events. Somebody is not going to be there. Somebody's
unless you live right by where the place is, you're not going. You might as well just get a hotel near where it's at, stay there Thursday night, and go.
And I suggest all Dodger fans just start parking Thursday night, sleep in the car, and just get it popping. Bottle water, wash it up, and
RV it. You know,
there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You can park a few ways and then walk to the stadium, but you need to camp out. You're gonna have to. This is what it is. I mean, there's no way you're gonna get to a game in Friday traffic.
Well, not to mention just the parking for Dodger Stadium, because it's up on like the hill.
It's up on the hill. It's bad.
So if you're parking below, some people said it was like a 2-mile walk to get up in there from parking on streets. I don't know. I haven't been,
Yeah.
but from the diagrams I was
I've been
looking
there.
at.
I've
And
been
then
there.
have
I've
you
been there to do
parked
that.
like on the street level and having to walk up there?
Yeah, I've had to. The last game I went with, shout out to my cousins, when we went, we were able to park in the parking lot low level, but I saw that people were parking along the mountainside to go up the hike to get to Dodger Stadium without even going into the parking. And they do that for the reason of getting out of Dodger Stadium, because to get in Dodger Stadium is not as bad as leaving Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium to leave is the worst. That is probably the hardest thing I've ever witnessed in my life of getting
So
out
just
of.
plan to like camp out for 2 nights.
You just
Thursday
have to spend the
night.
night. I think you have to get there Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday. Just spend the night. Just spend the night. If they allow it, they open up the parking. They're gonna have to do that. These Dodger fans. I mean, there's no way you could deny people missing that game. They're not gonna miss that game. And Lakers game can wait because these are the same fans that like the Lakers too. So they're probably gonna go for Dodgers first. And not to mention, the Dodger tickets are at $1,000 for this World Series, because I looked the night of
parking was like
winning.
$3,000. I saw someone
the
post
cheapest ticket is $1,000.
And
that's up in the upper deck. And I just was like, I wanted to entertain it so badly. It's right there.
Yeah, that's
can't do
you
it.
Might as well just
Can't
sit at home and enjoy all the festivities with free drinks and food.
I need to find all my Dodger fans. Where are we meeting up at? I mean, I could go to Natalie's, but I'd rather be around my sea of blue people. Like, where are we gonna be at? Like, I need to be at a Dodgers bar somewhere watching this.
Where's the Dodger bar at? That's what we need to know. Maybe we need to hit up like Quan or Stephanie. I know they're big Dodger fans.
I gotta
too.
I gotta ask. What's our lawyer friend's name too? He's a big Dodger guy. Roger Bailey. He's a big Dodger guy. I gotta see where he likes to go watch. Yeah,
interesting.
There's gotta be watch parties around here, and I'm in these groups too, so I gotta figure it out what they're gonna.
You gotta put your feelers out. Put your feelers out.
Yeah,
man. So the NBA season did kick off yesterday. Mo, just hold your ears, close your eyes. The Celtics put up number 18 banner, and they got their rings with all the dates around the ring, which is pretty. I think that's pretty.
Nice.
It was pretty nice.
It's a beautiful ring, and I can't knock them for being the organization that we strive to be, that we should be. We should be right there, but we're not. They murdered, and I hate to say that because it's such a harsh word to say, but that's what they did to New York Knicks on ring night. Is this combination with Cat being in the Knicks, is this working?
Well, the thing is, they also had the luck of the banner night. They had 29 threes. They tied the record for most 3-pointers in a game. They were one away, but couldn't hit that one for like the last 5-6 minutes of the game. They bricked, I think, like 13 threes just to get that 30.
That's all right.
Do it.
Jason Tatum had like 3 in the first quarter consistently. Like I can't be mad at it. This is what Boston does.
Raining in Boston.
This is Boston. This is what they do.
And it's crazy because the Knicks had like over 55% shooting from field goal range from almost the entire game. To be shooting 58% and still be down by 20 is crazy, and to lose by 30 is like wild.
It's wild. It's wild work.
Welcome to the new league.
Welcome to the Garden.
Other diabolical things in the league. Ja Morant is now off of guns and is on swords.
I got to shout out to The Onion. I love their satirical thing, because if he does take it to swords, I feel like that'll be a safer space for him.
He said did some soul searching.
I hope it's more of like Game of Thrones, medieval times sword play.
Or samurai, like you maybe have like the Asian thing. There's samurai. I don't know.
They can be a little deadly too. I seen that Kill Bill thing.
How about just put down the weapons, Ja? Just leave it all alone.
Well, guns aren't his friend, so maybe the sword play might be a little bit. Shout out to The Onion on their satirical. This is the first time I've ever seen an Onion post on sports. They're really into what Ja Morant's going to do next. And I think
it is a legal issue, It is a legal issue. Speaking of legal issues, it looks like the NBA is likely to investigate into Joel Embiid's player participation.
I guess they need to. This fool just sat up and said he wasn't going to play back-to-backs. Yeah,
not playing back-to-back games. Isn't playing the first 3 games of opening season.
Yeah, your load management sucks, my guy.
But it's crazy because, yeah, okay, I didn't realize he only played 35 games last year because of injury and
Yeah,
whatever else. But I guess he lost 20 pounds, but they're trying to keep him healthy for finals and playoffs. But dude, how can you not? You're getting paid to play,
you're getting paid to play and show up every night. You can't,
not play
and
back-to-back games. You've got to be kidding me.
You know what? I fought Kawhi Leonard for all of this. He's the one that started this whole load management.
And he's still
stuff.
out too.
And he's out too. And Paul George is out. So you don't have Paul George in Philly. You don't have Joel Embiid in Philly. Like, what are you guys trying to do here? Like, this is crazy. And they need to investigate.
Philly
I've never heard
doesn't know
such
what
a
Philly's
thing.
doing. I mean,
Paul George is not playing, so he's down too. So Joel,
and Zion's out for the opener because he's sick. You know, it's just the beginning of the season. We'll see how this plays out. But
I love
one thing that is that we know the in-season tournament starts. I think it's like November 11th or something.
Yes,
so I'm sure these players are going to start playing by then because everybody wants a little extra chunk of change. They're going to get some extra money to win this thing. So
yeah, the Tito's for sure.
We also got to give it up to Anthony Edwards and Justin Jefferson, who finally put the critics and put the requests down and redid the Randy Moss, Kevin Garnett, infamous cover story. And so that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that Justin Jefferson and Anthony Edwards had both been drafted in 2020. I didn't know Anthony Edwards has been around for 4 years. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but that's cool. So, I'm glad they were able to reenact that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Last little bit. So yesterday, and shout out to Weeks. Weeks is like my little hockey guru that I love to talk to. I realized because I was talking with him. I knew he was at this Kraken game, and I'm like, God, the Golden Knights are playing at 8, and he's like, it's Frozen Frenzy, remember? Because we had a discussion before. It happens twice a year, of course. So games have been all 32 teams. We've got 16 games going back to back to back to back. Yeah. And this is just a brief little video of all 98 goals that were scored yesterday. Of those 98, there was an overtime winner, a shootout, and a hat trick as well. Check this out.
Welcome to NHL Frozen Frenzy. The only day this year all 32 teams play.
I love how the Knights ended that, setting the
Knights ended that with three strong.
Right.
So
3 strong. Boy.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
It was.
That'll be good. And last but not least, we got some girl power moments. We definitely need to talk about Alyssa Thomas getting inducted into the Maryland Athletics Hall of Fame this last weekend. So congrats to her. We also have Shanae got inducted to the Stanford Athletics Hall of Fame. Yeah. And on that Shanae note, who also, is being the president of the Women's Basketball Players Association, they have decided to opt out of the CBA, which ends October 31st, 2025, which gives the WNBA and the Players Association a year to try and get this solved. If it doesn't get solved, then there could be a lockout or a standout or whatever you call it.
Yeah, they're not going to play.
Yeah. Well, and she mentioned it's not just about the money. She said opting out isn't just for bigger paychecks, but about claiming our rightful share of the business we built, improving working conditions, securing a future where the success we create and benefits today's players and the generations to come. So the last CBA was completed on January 20th, which was right during the beginning of COVID. So think of how big just the eyes on the league have come in just those 4 years.
Yeah.
Between the higher ratings, the attendance, the sold out crowds, the growth, we see the commercial. We see these ladies popping up on commercials everywhere. So shout out to ladies because they're going to take a stand for it. And one thing I thought was cute, I don't know if you guys have been watching it, that the CarMax commercial with Asia, Stewie, Sue
and Sabrina
comes on. Well, it used to say, but you've been the MVP twice, and now it says thrice. They changed
Right.
it. It's
Oh,
really
they
cute.
changed it. That's
Yeah, they
good.
did.
That's
So when
good.
Sue says, "But you've been the MVP twice," she's like, "Would you?" And it says thrice, and it's really cute. So I was like, "Ah."
Love that.
They
That's
updated it.
cute.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's sports.
Well, I mean, I can't be mad when Angel Reese is talking about her rent is higher than what her salary is.
Well, first of all,
she had a WNBA salary.
$8
But the thing
grand.
is she's not saying it because of knocking WNBA. She's saying it to say these women should be making enough money where if they wanted to live in an affordable, a nice high rise or get that life, they should be able to be compensated for. Her endorsement money is what's paying her rent. We know this.
Yeah.
So the WNBA money that she is receiving, that is, and she's a star of the Chicago Sky. You mean to tell me her salary does not match the rent she's paying? It's not.
Well,
everybody took that.
Here's
so
the
wrong
deal. No one's salary, even if you're the max person, which I think is still Jackie Young, ain't paying for $8,000 a month.
But that is wrong, is what she's saying. It's wrong. It's wrong. These girls, you know, they work their butts off. They see what the wealth brings with their talent. They see that what these other peers in their male counterparts and all of that brings. It shouldn't have to take endorsements. It shouldn't have to take any of that stuff. So with that collective bargaining agreement, I get her saying it's not about the money, but at the end of the day, it is about some of that money too.
Well, it's that because plus, you know, now we've seen more franchises with their own practice facilities. You know, the Aces, you've got Mercury, you've got the Storm now. So they want better conditions, better practice facilities, better health, better. There was even like the pensions or whatever you call what they have for the athletes that are retired, like having better.
I mean, if they can't pay these athletes any decent money, what's the pension supposed to look like? Like, it just doesn't match. Something's gotta be a thing, and I think even in their collective bargaining, they need to also include that media attention needs to be thwarted where there is viewership on big networks. Put that in there too. That we are meeting with bigger networks to get you guys out there and more visible. There's a third streaming and having to have the WNBA app. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, the WNBA app is trash.
I mean, come on. Yeah, exactly. Like, all of that needs to be retooled, refined, but they'll get it together.
They're gonna have to, and hopefully they can all come to a decision. But I'm glad. I think they said that all the women pretty much knew that they were going to be opting out. Like, there is a reason why most players that haven't renewed a contract through 2025 is because they're waiting for a new CBA to be done, so they get that higher pay too.
Yeah.
2025 and 26 is going to be nuts. You've got 2 more expansion teams. You'll have way more possible money and possible salary caps, or what they're going to call a soft cap. So hold on tight, ladies.
Yeah, let that get you a high rise in Chicago. Chicago ain't cheap, man. And I know her rent probably high. That's on average. That's just average probably for what she's paying. But yeah, it ain't.
That's wild.
It ain't it's a lot.
Hey, that's the show for today. Please
we thank you
get
guys
out and vote. Vote. Get out and vote.
Where's my thing? Yes.
Get out and vote.
Speak for you.
And we'll see y'all again real soon.
Yes.
Thank you for joining in. Feel free to, if you're catching the end, hit the replay, share. Sharing is caring, and it's free. We appreciate the support, you guys.
It is.
Follow us on all social media at Girl Chat Sports, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girl Chat Sports. That's it for today, and we'll catch y'all again soon. Bye.
We are out. True.